LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Back in Seattle as we get set for Maryland and Colorado State. The winner on to the Sweet 16 where they will take on the top-seeded Florida Gators. Maryland cruised to a win in their opening round game, blowing Grand Canyon off the floor. But Terrapins head coach Kevin Willard knows that the challenge tonight is a lot different than the one his team faced on Friday.
We just played a team that shoots the ball as quick as anybody in the country. Now, this is a team that the ball will go from side to side. They do a lot of pin-in action. All around, they have 5 guys that can score the basketball. They're a talented basketball team that really shoots the 3.
Time for tonight's Keys to the Game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a Realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. All right, PJ, we just heard from Maryland head coach Kevin Willard. Let's talk about the keys for his team as they look to get to their first Sweet 16 since 2016.
Ryan, if our listeners were paying attention, Kevin Willard just told them what the keys are. They've got to defend the entire shot clock for 30 seconds. Very patient offensive team, Colorado State. They'll swing the ball side to side. They're very good cutting, setting screens. That's going to be a challenge. Secondly, Maryland's got to guard the three-point line. Colorado State, number 1 in the Mountain West, top 50 in the entire country in three-point percentage.
All right, let's flip it around and talk about the keys for Colorado State. An impressive first-round win against Memphis. What has to happen for them to advance here tonight?
Brian Cooley, their assistant coach, when I talked to him before the game, he laughed at me. He thinks, Coach, you going senile? We got a rebound. Are you kidding me? There's no question. Maryland is plus 2.5 offensive rebounds a game than Colorado State. They've got to get a body on the big guys inside, keep them off, especially the offensive glass, and somehow they got to hang in on the turnover margin. Maryland, one of the best in the country, taking care of the ball themselves and forcing opponent turnovers. Colorado State's good. They got to be better than good today.
Let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. First for the Colorado State Rams at 26-9. They are the 12th seed in the West region. In the backcourt, Kyan Evans, 6'2 sophomore from Kansas City, coming off a career-high 23 against Memphis on Friday. He's joined by Jalen Lake, 6'4 senior from Texas. Up front, Nick Clifford, 6'6 senior transfer from Colorado. He's had 9 20-point games over his last 13. He's joined by Jalen Crocker Johnson, 6'8 sophomore transfer from Little Rock. The man in the middle is Rashawn Bemba. He's a 6'7 sophomore from Austria. Head coach Nico Medved in his 11th season at the helm, a record of 222 and 171. Now for the Maryland Terrapins at 26-8. They are the number 4 seed in the West region. In the backcourt, Jacoby Gillespie, 6'1 junior transfer from Belmont, joined by Rodney Rice, a 6'4 sophomore transfer from Virginia Tech, and Selton Miguel, a 6'4 senior from Angola. Up front, Julian Reese, 6'9 senior from Baltimore. He's the brother of Angel Reese, 14 double-doubles on the year for him. He is joined by Derek Queen, the 6'10 freshman from Baltimore, the Big Ten freshman of the year. Head coach Kevin Willard, it's his 18th season as a Division I head coach, a record of 334 wins and 248 defeats. Our officials for tonight's game, Roger Ayers, Michael Greenstein, and Bill Covington. Well, we talk a lot about Derek Queen. PJ talked about what a force he is inside, what Colorado State has to do to keep him off the glass. Colorado State head coach Nico Medved, very impressed by the freshman big.
Unbelievable hands, unbelievable balance and dexterity for a kid his size. You know, we got to try to do the best we can of taking his real estate, not allowing him to catch it where he wants to catch it, you know, forcing him into our help and bringing guys to help when we can.
Well, PJ, we watched Colorado State practice yesterday. A large chunk of their practice was focused on Derek Queen, how they wanted to play him, what they needed to do to be effective against him. I mean, Nico Medved said, look, you're not going to stop this guy, but there are things they have to try to do to slow him down.
No question. When you play against a big-time player, and Derek Queen, as young as he is just that, you have to make him work hard. Things can't happen easily. It's kind of funny. Derek Queen makes everything look easy. It's not. He's working hard. He has a tendency, he dribbles the ball a lot. That's the one thing that Colorado State may look to do. Maybe they can turn him over a little bit.
You know, he had 12 points and 15 rebounds against Grand Canyon, and yet Kevin Willard told us yesterday, hey, he was a little nervous going out there. It took him a while to get in the flow of the game. He still finished with a double-double.
He's a freshman. He's a young kid. People don't realize how big this stage is.
Maryland in their home white uniforms as the higher-seeded team, trimmed in red and gold. Colorado State is in the road green uniforms, trimmed in gold and white. Time now for the opening tip. It's sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. It'll be Julian Reese, the jump center for Maryland. Rashawn Bemba for Colorado State. Trip to the Sweet 16 is on the line. Winner heads to San Francisco. They will take on the top seed Florida Gators, who had an impressive win over the defending national champions UConn earlier today. Game that came right down to the wire, and the Gators gutted it out.
What a great game.
Terrific basketball game between two terrific teams.
We'll get to see Todd Golden and the Gators in San Francisco. Danny Hurley, what an excellent close to their season and their run of 13 straight NCAA wins.
Winner of this game will see the Gators on Thursday. Colorado State wins the tap. They will have it first, moving right to left here in the opening 20 minutes. Kyan Evans controls for Colorado State. He'll bounce it to Nick Clifford over on the right, out to Jalen Lake between the circles. Get it to Bemba at the right elbow. Rashawn Bemba turns, faces up, handed off for Clifford out at the top of the key, guarded by McGill. Dribbling left to the elbow, throws it away. Into the hands of Gillespie. Gillespie running the other way, dribbles off the foot of Lake. Runs it down to the right corner in the front court. Up to Queen on the wing, handed back to Gillespie. He'll jog the dribble back out between the circles. Maryland will get organized for their first possession. Here's Queen with it high on the left side. Backdoor cut to Reese, and it's deflected and stolen away by Clifford. So the teams trade turnovers. Lake into the front court, jumps a pass down low. Jalen Crocker-Johnson, left block, puts it up over top of Queen and scores off the window for two. Colorado State with a 2-0 lead.
Post up against Derek Queen.
Here's Gillespie, dribbling over on the right side. Stops off the elbow, pump fake a jumper, top to Queen, going to try the three ball. Got it! Derek Queen hits the three. He hit 4 threes all year, and a couple of those came in the Big Ten tournament. He knocks one down early to give Maryland a 3-2 lead.
5 for 29 for the year. The freshman starts it off.
Here's Clifford, dribbling right to the mid-post, leans in, puts it up off the window and scores two. Driving bucket for Nick Clifford. Nico Medved's got to love that first shot for his star.
Yeah, really important to see the ball go in early for Nick Clifford.
4-3, Colorado State, 18:35 to go first half. Here's Reese with it on the right block. Spins, falls over, and a travel. Juju Reese looking around. He wanted contact from Bemba. The veteran official, Roger Ayers, says no. And it's the second Maryland turnover.
Bemba kind of pulled the chair on him. He was leaning against him, and I don't know whether Juju created the separation or Bemba did it intentionally, but that caused Juju to fall down.
Evans will toss it up into the front court to Jalen Lake. Lake dribbling over on the right side. He slips and falls, lost control of the ball, and a steal by Gillespie. Racing down the middle of the floor. Gillespie to the iron, flips it up off the window with the right hand and scores two. Jacoby Gillespie with the steal in the finish. It's 5-4 Maryland.
2 steals already for Jacoby Gillespie.
Jalen Crocker-Johnson will hand it off for Nick Clifford. Out to Jalen Lake, high on the right side. Now over to Kyan Evans. Evans holds it on the right. Up top it goes to Bemba. High left it goes to Crocker-Johnson. Up top to Bemba again. Holds the basketball with his toes in the three-point line. Give it to Lake, curling above the free throw line. 16-foot jumper on the way. Splash down for two. First bucket of the game for Jalen Lake. He had 14 in the first round. Colorado State leads 6-5.
And despite trading turnovers on their respective first possessions, both teams look very settled in.
Much more so than what we saw in the first round game on Friday.
Absolutely.
Here's Rodney Rice, dribbles off the right elbow. He'll pull from 16. Back in the iron node. Jalen Crocker-Johnson is going to get called for a foul. He got the rebound, but they're going to say that he hooked Julian Reese, and Crocker-Johnson picks up his first.
Nico Medved with a very perplexed expression. I'm waiting for the replay from our friends at Turner. I didn't see the push-off either, but Michael Greenstein is a heck of an official. And again, for the listeners, the officials get graded. That means these guys did a good job on Friday. That's why they're advancing in the NCAA, just like the teams.
Maryland ball out of the timeout. Gillespie driving into the paint. Makes the kick right corner. Queen going to try another three. Lasered it in again. Derek Queen's got a couple of threes to start, and Maryland leads 8-6.
Nico Medved just walked down and looked at two of his assistants, saying, "You guys sure about that scouting report?"
Clifford to Evans. Queen reached in, poked it away into the backcourt. It'll stay Colorado State ball.
Nick Clifford has made two passes where he's moving. Like he's dribbling, he's moving, he's not setting himself, and Maryland's too good defensively. Both these teams are excellent defensive teams. You throw careless passes or like floating passes, they're going to gobble them up. Gillespie's already got 2 steals. He had 2 in the first game against Grand Canyon.
Lake will inbound to the backcourt. 21 on the shot clock. Lake takes the basketball from Roger Ayers. He'll throw it into Evans, and Evans will bring it ahead. Across the timeline with the left hand dribble, lob it up to Bemba, now to Clifford. Leave it for Lake out near midcourt, swinging on the left side to Evans. Here's that ball movement we heard Kevin Willard talking about. Crocker Johnson, top to Lake, turns, shoots the three. Reese almost got a piece, but it splashes in for Jalen Lake. I'm not sure how Juju Reese didn't get a piece of that one. 9-8 CSU.
Barely got it over his fingernails. High arc and nothing but net.
Queen, over on the right wing, it goes to Rodney Rice. Up top to Selton Miguel, who had a couple of threes in the game on Friday. Here's Gillespie, driving the left baseline, gets inside, bangs into Bemba, no call. Lake with the block. Off to Clifford, Colorado State will run. Clifford, top of the key, no advantage, flips it off. Lake, deep three, right wing, got it! Jalen Lake rattles it in from well beyond the line. 12-8 CSU, 16:23 to go in the first.
CSU very good shooting threes. Normally don't shoot them that quickly.
Here's Selton Miguel. Picks up his dribble high on the left, get it to Reese just inside the free throw line. Makes the pass over on the right to Rodney Rice. He'll launch the three. It's short off the rim. Queen with an offensive rebound. Lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Colorado State. It'll stay with Maryland with 16:07 to go here in the first half. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo in Seattle, where Colorado State has an early 12-8 lead over Maryland. A 6-0 Colorado State run. They have made 5 consecutive field goals. And Jalen Lake already with 8 points. Gillespie will inbound baseline left, get it to Queen in the left corner. He's already hit a couple of threes. Hand it back to Gillespie, into the paint, bounce it out to Rice, dribbles right, rises up for the mid-post. His floater is short. Reese trying to save the rebound in bounds. Couldn't do it. Stepped out of bounds. It'll be Colorado State ball when we return.
Nico Medved could not have asked for a better start despite the turnover. His team are active. Little concerned probably with the offensive glass. They've got a rebound foul already, and they got it out of bounds that went back to Maryland. But all things considered, excellent start for the Rams.
15:59 to go here in the first half. Time out of the court, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. It's Colorado State 12, Maryland 8. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah?
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to...
Pause for the facts.
I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro. Facts. A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion. Facts. A ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie. Facts. Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Yeah! Facts. Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
Chumba Casino is now partnering with 2311 Racing. Chumba is always free to play. No purchase necessary. Find hundreds of online social casino games like bingo, solitaire, and slots with new games dropping weekly. Grab your free daily login and welcome bonus with a chance to redeem amazing prizes. Play for free today at ChumbaCasino.com. It's time to cha-cha-cha-cha-chumba. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle with 15:59 to go in the first half. It's Colorado State 12 and Maryland 8. Let's check each team's tournament resume, sponsored by Monster.com. Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. Maryland at-large team out of the Big Ten. They were the 2 seed of the Big Ten tournament, went to the semis before losing to Michigan. Colorado State won the Mountain West tournament. As a number 2 seed, they are looking for their first ever Sweet 16 berth, and they're 5 of 5 to start the game, Coach.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start. Jalen Lake has 8 points already. Derek Queen has 6. For Maryland.
Here's Evans with it over on the right side. Up top it goes to Nicola Joppa, who's in the game for the first time. Back up top, Evans dribbles to the free throw line. Jump stop, floater from 14. Back in the rim, no good. Evans grabs his own rebound, dribbles underneath, flips it out to Clifford in the left corner. Colorado State with another possession. Here's Lake with it high on the right side above the hash mark. Over to Crocker Johnson. Back up top, Lake dribbles left to the elbow. Top to Crocker Johnson. Steps into a 3-ball. Around it off, no good. And Rodney Rice clears the Maryland rebound.
They missed more shots that possession they did in the first 4.5 minutes.
Rice with the dribble over on the right side. He'll hand it off to Gillespie. High left to Selton Miguel. Up top it goes to Gillespie in the March Madness logo. Dribbles right up a Queen screen. He's double teamed. Gets it back up top to Queen. He's already taken a couple of threes. This time drives left down the lane. He traveled. Yeah, Derek Queen didn't like it, but Roger Ayers was right there. Calls the travel, and that's the third Maryland turnover.
Yeah, a little sloppy. Colorado State has 2 themselves. I told Selton Miguel yesterday at practice I was going to try very, very hard to not call him Miguel Selton, but he kind of looked at me like, Coach, just do what you can.
Evans will bring it across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Toss it up to Clifford out high on the left side. Clifford jab step with his right foot, brings the dribble over on the right, now heads back to the left, makes a one-handed pass to Bowen Bourne, who's in for the first time. Down to Jop off the left block, up top Evans, pump fake to 3, dribbles right, Evans gets inside, floats it up, off the rim, no good. Reese blocks out inside and has the Maryland rebound. Off it goes to Jacoby Gillespie. Gillespie with it high on the left side, get it up top to Reese. Reese takes one dribble, he'll leave it for Selton Miguel. Miguel dribbling over on the right, matched up against Neat Clifford. Miguel looking for space, crosses left at the foul line. Fadeaway jumper on the way, way too strong off the glass. Clifford with the rebound for CSU. Into the front court, dribbles behind his back, waits for the traffic to clear. Clifford driving left, jumps it past to Bourne on the left wing. Bourne brings it up top, finds Evans in the March Madness logo, give it up to Joppa above the left elbow. Joppa turns, faces up, takes one dribble, holds the ball at his forehead, get it to Clifford. Clifford stops beyond the three-point arc. He'll launch the 3 left slot. It's flat. Offensive rebound, Ethan Morton back to Clifford. Drives left down the lane, lays it up with the left hand. No. Rebound tipped. It's run down by Gillespie for Maryland. Boy, Nick Clifford's going to want that one back. Had a chance for a layup and just couldn't finish inside. Gillespie trapped over on the left sideline, picks up his dribble up top to Rice between the circles. Dribbles left off a Geronimo screen. Rice driving inside, lost the ball, gets it back. He'll throw it back up top. Gillespie with 10 to shoot. Gillespie dribbles right, crosses left, crosses right again. Jumps a 3 from the slot. Back in the iron, no good. Clifford is there and has the Colorado State rebound. Up ahead it goes to Bowen Bourne. Driving left, gets inside, lays it up, in and one. Bowen Bourne went right at Jordan Geronimo and scored through the contact, and Bourne is going to the line. It's an 8-0 Colorado State run. Foul against Geronimo will be his first. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today.
Colorado State not hesitant at all. They're taking it right to Maryland. Maryland is an exceptional defensive team, top 40 in the country, field goal percentage D, but Colorado State getting really good shots, but can't afford to miss free throws like that.
Bowen Bourne just his 3rd missed free throw of the year. 14-8 Colorado State, 13-24 to go first half. Maryland has missed 5 straight shots. They've gone about 4 minutes without a point. Here's Geronimo with it in the right slot. He'll hand it off for Gillespie on the wing. Dribbles left to the foul line. Lob inside. Geronimo there and hammers it down. What a pass from Gillespie, and Geronimo with the finish to make it 14-10 Colorado State.
Jacoby Gillespie has been extremely impressive, both Friday and so far this afternoon.
Bourne racing the dribble up the court, get it to Evans over on the right side. He'll bring it across the timeline. Colorado State will get organized. Zone look here from Maryland. Morton's got it over high on the right side to Bourne. Clifford comes out, wants the basketball, has it with 8 to shoot. Clifford driving left into the paint. Big step, lays it up and in. Boy, a long step to his left and finished off the window for Clifford.
Right through the zone. He started on the top right side. He went diagonally across the lane and finished on the left side.
16-10 Colorado State. Rice with a quick three from the left wing. Around and out, no good. And Evans has the baseline rebound.
Colorado State rebounding well on the defensive glass.
Evans with it up top. He'll hand it off for Clifford. Pass to Bowman Bourne between the circles. Pulls the ball above his head. Bounce to the jump ball above the elbow. Back to Bourne down the left side to lay it in. Second layup for Bowman Bourne. 18-10 Colorado State.
Not the second layup for the Rams. They're living in the paint.
Here's Gillespie between the circles, dribbling left, big jump stop in the paint, throws a left-handed pass inside to Queen, makes the catch on the right block. He got stripped going up, out of bounds off Colorado State.
Never should have bounced it. He had the ball, he could have gone straight up, and instead he bounced it. It will be Maryland basketball when we come back.
11 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the first half. It's Colorado State 18, Maryland 10. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
You know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store or kohls.com for details.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Brad Heller in our Westwood One studios in Los Angeles. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by GoodRx. Check GoodRx for simple, smart savings on weight loss medications and other prescriptions at GoodRx.com. Kentucky's trying to hold off Illinois. 74-66 Wildcats. Under 3 minutes left to go. You can hear that finish on the Westwood One Sports app. Meanwhile, Alabama up 11 on St. Mary's, 46-35. They are early in the second half. Duke, the 1 seed in the East, rolled over Baylor to get to the Sweet 16. And Florida, the 1 in the West, held off two-time defending champ UConn. They're headed to San Francisco. Back to Seattle, Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo.
11:57 to go first half. A 12-2 Colorado State run has given them an 18-10 lead over Maryland. PJ, if you're Colorado State, concerned about being able to handle the paint, they've done more than handle it. They're winning in the paint right now.
They're beating them on the dribble. They're getting all the way to the rim, and there's nobody there to contest the shot. So I know Kevin Willard's upset with that. First, getting beat by the dribble, bad enough. But secondly, where's the help when you do get beat on the dribble? And I'm really impressed with the job Colorado State's doing so far on their defensive glass.
Maryland will inbound baseline left, get into Queen, left of the lane, trying to back it against Bemba. Bourne comes on the help, and a reach-in foul will be called. They're actually going to give Bemba. I thought maybe it was Bourne, but Bemba will get called for the foul. That's his first. Keyshawn Williams in for the first time for Colorado State. 6'4", grad transfer from Northern Illinois, Deshaun Harris-Smith, is in for Maryland, 6'5" sophomore from Virginia. Harris-Smith will inbound baseline left, trying to get it to Reese in the paint, lobs it to him, makes the catch just outside the restricted area, kick it out. This is Queen, left side, 3 ball, hits the rim, bounces out, no good. And the rebound into the hands of Williams for Colorado State. So Queen, who would hit a couple of threes, misses that one. Clifford with it, out near midcourt. Looking, get it to Bemba above the left elbow. Bemba spins, heads left, handed off Keyshawn Williams, dribbles, pulls up, 17-footer above the free throw line, good for 2. Mid-range jumper for Keyshawn Williams. It's 20-10, Colorado State.
Well, how about the last Maryland possession? Juju Reese is in the paint. He kicks the ball out to Derek Queen for a 3. Makes no sense.
Not exactly what Kevin Willard wants to see. A foul on Colorado State on an entry pass to Reese, and that's going to be the second on Rashawn Bemba. So a couple of quick ones against the Colorado State big. Kyle Jorgensen, 6'9" freshman from Minneapolis, will check into the game. But, PJ, that's a big call against Bemba. Colorado State does not have a lot of size.
No, Bemba got in foul trouble in the first half against Memphis also, but later in the half. This is early. You still have almost 11:20 to go.
Harris-Smith will inbound baseline right. Maryland in a box set. Get it into Reese. Over on the right wing, trying to back it against Jorgensen. Help comes from Bourne. Reese picks up his dribble. Up top it goes to Miguel. Bounce it back to Reese. Right of the lane, backing it against Jorgensen. Spins baseline, lowers his shoulder, gets underneath. Shot blocked inside, and picked up by Bourne. Boy, a lot of green jerseys in the neighborhood to deny that shot from Reese. Here's Clifford driving left into the paint. Kick it out, Williams left wing. Dribbles to his right, stops above the free throw line. Get it to Bourne. Bourne dribbling over on the left. Bourne inside the elbow. Makes the pass. Left corner. Crocker Johnson 3. It's an air ball too strong. Williams grabs the rebound. Save it in Crocker Johnson. Driving left shot rejected from behind by Queen. Picked up off the deck by Selton Miguel. Here comes Maryland in transition. Miguel down the right side. Puts up a runner. Off the rim. That's no good. Clifford walls off Reese inside for the rebound. Clifford racing into the front court, down the right side, puts it up on the run, couldn't bank it in, but he got the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Nick Clifford going end-to-end, a trip to the stripe.
One and done every time for Maryland. They're missing shots since Derek Queen fortunately hit those 2 threes early. They've been ice cold since then, and they're only getting 1 shot. They got the ball inside to Juju Reese the last time, but everybody swallowed him up with good help defense.
Nick Clifford's first free throw is on the way and good. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger broadcast position in Seattle. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Nick Clifford leading this team in scoring and rebounding. MVP of the Mountain West Tournament. Second free throw on the way is good. Clifford was 6 here in the first half, and Colorado State has a 22-10 lead over Maryland with 10:29 to go before the break. Clifford will get a quick rest. Jay Young in the ball game for Maryland. He'll bring it across under the watchful eye of Kyan Evans, who was digging at that ball and nearly got a steal. Over to Harris-Smith, high on the left side. Dribbles to the wing, inside the arc. Bounce to Queen, down the right side to lay it up and in. Derek Queen with 8 points here in the first half. Much-needed bucket for Maryland makes it 22-12, Colorado State.
Good pass got him going to the basket without any help against him.
Evans to Jorgensen in the front court to break the Maryland pressure. Hand it back to Evans. Turns, looks over his right shoulder to get the play call. Lake back up top. It goes to Evans. Jorgensen sets a screen. Evans dribbling to the right. Gets to the mid-post. Leans in. Puts up a one-handed shot. Banked it in high off the glass. Man, a high degree of difficulty for Kyan Evans. 24-12 Rams.
Well, he'd been able to get to the rim twice earlier, but didn't finish. That time he did, and it was a tough shot.
Harris-Smith double-teamed out front. Get it to Queen at the free throw line. Jab step, pump fake, driving right, step to his left. Floats it up and in with the right hand. Queen using that big body is into double figures already with 10. 24-14, Colorado State.
It appears the Terps are going to their big man right now.
Lake will run the dribble across the timeline. Up top it goes to Evans. Holds the basketball, chest pass over to Williams. Back up top, Evans dribbling over on the left. Inside the arc, he'll stop and pop a 15-footer from the wing. Off the front of the rim, no good. Queen yanks down the two-handed rebound for the Terps. Off to Deshaun Harris-Smith, up the right side to Selton Miguel. Miguel jab step with his right foot. He'll get it to Reese right of the lane, 15 feet away. Reese into the paint, running hook shot with the left hand. Bounces around the rim and drops in for 2.
3 straight points from the big men inside for Maryland.
24-16, Colorado State. Evans trapped briefly in the backcourt. Get it to Lake. He'll bring it across the timeline with 1 second to spare. Lake dribbles over on the right side. Harris-Smith gets a body into him. Lake heading left. Now spins back to the right. He'll bounce it out to Williams, up top to Evans. Shot clock is down to 10. Evans holds the basketball, bounces it to Jorgensen, top of the key. Over to Williams, left side, turns, shoots, 3-ball. Little strong off the iron. Crocker Johnson, an offensive rebound. Back to Williams on the left wing. Another new possession for Colorado State. 8:23 to go first half. 24-16 Rams. Evans over on the right side to Lake. Up top now to Jorgensen. Swing it to Williams on the left. Williams driving left. Williams banks it to Young. No call. Puts up a wild shot. It's an air ball. The ball is out of bounds off Reese. It'll be Colorado State ball. Just 2.5 to shoot. Jacoby Gillespie back in for the Terps. Geronimo also will return. Nick Clifford back in for Colorado State.
A lot of contact, but I thought he shuffled his feet. No call. They didn't call a foul. They didn't call a travel.
It's amazing the officials don't agree with you.
Exactly. They never did. That's why I'm sitting next to you.
Clifford will inbound baseline left. He'll get it into Lake. Back to Clifford. Turns. Fading 18-footer from the right wing. Off the front of the rim. No good. Reese pulls down the rebound. The 1,000th of his Maryland career. Rodney Rice dribbling over on the right side. Picks up that dribble. Get it to Reese above the left elbow. Up top to Gillespie now. Reese sets a screen. Gillespie dribbles off into the right. He'll stop and pop a three, and Clifford blocks it out of the air. Rice grabs it. His pass for Gillespie is deflected. Gillespie runs it down on the near sideline. 9 to shoot. Gillespie top of the key. Right corner Rice. Pump fake. Dribbles left. Shoots the three and knocked it in. Rodney Rice with the excellent sidestep triple. And timeout will be taken by Colorado State with 7:39 to go in the first half.
Niko Medved was not going to wait for a whistle and immediate timeout. He doesn't like what's happened offensively. 3 straight baskets in the paint and then a 3 for Maryland. Maryland finally setting in on the offensive end.
7-0 Maryland run has pulled them to within 5. 7:39 to go first half. Colorado State 24, Maryland 19. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible result in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more this doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rash? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Right now, rewards members can save $40 on an Allen & Roth Chesler Gold faucet. Was $99, now $59. Plus, save $110 on a Cobalt 40-volt battery trimmer and blower combo kit. Was $279, now $169. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/24 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Welcome back to Seattle, where it's time for the Coles Fact of the Game. This is the first ever meeting between Maryland and Colorado State. It's the first time the Terrapins have ever faced a team from the Mountain West in March Madness. Colorado State, meanwhile, 0-1 against Big Ten teams in the tournament. They lost to Michigan in the first round back in 2022. It's the Fact of the Game sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first.
Ryan, you mentioned our good buddy Len Elmore. I remember back a long time ago when I'm at Fordham and Power Memorial High School, where the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, then Lou Alcindor, went. City championship, great team. Elmore, Searcy, and Trimble. That's how far back I go with Len Elmore. That is a long time ago. Jap Trimble, Searcy, really good Power Memorial High School team.
Up until a few moments ago, Len Elmore was the only Maryland player ever with 1,000 rebounds, now joined by Julian Reese. Colorado State ball out of the timeout. Here's Clifford up to Evans high on the left side, dribbling left inside the arc, down to the baseline, looking for room, makes a pass into the right corner. Jalen Lake dribbles left, pulls from the elbow. That's short, barely ticked iron. And Reese has the rebound underneath, number 1001 for Juju Reese.
That was a good look, just a poor shot. He was wide open off the dribble.
Gillespie into the front court. Up top to Miguel. High right side it goes to Rodney Rice. Rice jab step with his right foot. Up top to Gillespie beyond the three-point line. He'll get it to Selton Miguel over just left as center. Miguel puts it on the deck, rises up for a deep three over Lake and knocked it in. Selton Miguel with all kinds of confidence splashes that one down. 10-0 Maryland run. It's a 2-point game. 24-22 Colorado State.
Well, he's a 43% three-point shooter because that was an oh no, what are you doing, Selton? Until it went through.
Well, he was 3 for 3 in the first round from deep, and he knocked that one down very confidently. Maryland staying in their zone look. Here's Clifford dribbling left to the mid-post, leans in, puts it up off the glass. No, he's right there to grab his own rebound, though, and lays it up and in. 8 for Nick Clifford in the first half, 26-22, Colorado State.
Colorado State having a lot of success with their dribble penetration.
Here's Gillespie. Over high on the right side to Reese. He'll hand it off to Gillespie. Driving right. Jump stop in the paint. Makes the pass into the left corner. Geronimo sets his feet. Rainbows a three. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped in the air, and Lake is there to collect it for CSU. Off the left side it goes to Evans. Evans dribbles up between the circles. He'll hand it off toward Jalen Lake. 5:52 to go first half. Rams on top by 4. Lake dribbles left to the elbow. Backs up beyond the three-point line. Picked up his dribble, needs some help. He'll lob it to Clifford down in the left corner, matched against Rice. Clifford trying to back his way in. Queen comes on to help. Clifford is trapped down on the baseline, needs some help. Throws a pass up top. Crocker Johnson is there, makes the catch, shoots the three off the right side of the rim, no good. And Reese comes in and takes the rebound away from Kyan Evans. Here's Jacoby Gillespie in transition for Maryland. Terps point guard will back his dribble up. Now work right off the screen from Reese. Hook it back to Reese in the paint. Drops it down low for Geronimo, and he lost it out of bounds. They're going to say that was touched by Colorado State. I didn't see that. Nick Clifford didn't either, but the official down there, Bill Covington, says it'll be Maryland ball.
Juju Reese thought Geronimo was leaping, so he went up in the air, and the pass was by his feet. Went out of bounds. I thought it was deflected too, but evidently not.
5:21 to go here in the first half. Colorado State 26, Maryland 22. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Old Spice Swagger Body Wash will make you the MVP of freshness and confidence. With its irresistible scent, it will transform your shower experience, leaving you feeling fresh on and off the field. Pair it with Old Spice Swagger Deodorant, the #1 aluminum-free brand that keeps you feeling like a Super Bowl champion 24/7 when used daily. But don't wait. This dynamic duo is available at Costco for a limited time only. Old Spice, official deodorant partner of the NFL and Super Bowl 59, where freshness meets football greatness.
In the face of uncertainty, some things remain steady, like the Cummins 2027 X15. Built on 25-plus years of experience and delivering up to 4% better fuel efficiency in a weight-neutral system, the X15 gives you the strength to move forward fearlessly and confidence that no matter the obstacle, you can and will rise above it. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
It's time for basketball. And right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins, featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. Well, the winner of this game will move on to San Francisco, where they will take on the top seed Florida in the Sweet 16 on Thursday. The other Sweet 16 matchup in San Francisco is set. The 3-seed Texas Tech against the 10-seed Arkansas. John Calipari's team on to the Sweet 16 after they knocked out St. John's yesterday.
And the difference is the winner here, just like Florida, gets the dreaded Sunday, Thursday. You get 1 day less of rest as opposed to Arkansas and Texas Tech.
I feel like you still have PTSD from your coaching days. This has been a real bugaboo for you.
No, it's just it gives your players another day to rest, gives you another day to prepare. So you never want the Sunday, Thursday. Now, you're a little happy to be advancing to the Sweet 16, but you'd prefer to have one more day to prepare.
How come you're not worried that we don't get one less day of rest?
We don't need preparation.
Gillespie over to Reese, right of the lane. Reese trying to back his way in against Joppa. Gets into the paint, fakes baseline, turns middle, left-handed jump hook, rolled in. Good shot by Julian Reese. That's his second jump hook. 26-24 Colorado State. 5 minutes to go in the first half. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network here in Seattle. 26-24 Colorado State with 4:54 to go before the break. Clifford with the dribble between the circles. Get it to Evans high on the left side. Holds the ball above his head. Gets a screen from Joppa. One-handed pass. Clifford driving right. Big step. Kick it out. Morton into the paint. Down the lane. Scoops it up and in with the right hand. An athletic finish for Morton. The Purdue transfer. 28-24 CSU.
CSU needed that. They were 3 for their last 12.
Queen down the left side. Went to spin right into a double team. Was able to kick it out. Now Rice on the drive down the middle. Flips it up with the left hand. That's no good. Tipped up and in.
I think Juju got it. I'm not sure.
We'll see who they give the bucket to. It is a bucket for Maryland. 28-26 Colorado State. They will give it to Reese. Here's Evans with it. Driving down to the right baseline. Crosses left into the paint. Joppa is hurt. They're going to stop play. Joppa is down. He's grabbing his right wrist. Not exactly sure what happened. He hit the deck out front. He stayed down grabbing his right wrist, and he'll come out of the game.
Tried to break his fall and put his head. Whether he tripped on his own or tripped on somebody else, when he went to brace the fall, I think he did it with his right wrist. He made contact with, is that Selton Miguel?
It was, yeah. And you're right, as he was going down, just put his hands out. So he will head to the bench. They're taking him back up the tunnel to the locker room. Jalen Crocker-Johnson is in.
They may do a quick x-ray in the back.
Here's Evans with it between the circles. Double high screen set for him. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Colorado State. It shows 12. Here's Clifford right side. Back up top to Evans. Deep three. Rainbowed up and in. Kyan Evans with 5 in the first half. After a career-high 23 on Friday. 31-26 Colorado State.
Kevin Willard's looking at Jay Young like, Jay, guard him. He can make that shot.
Here's Rice between the circles for Maryland. Bounce it to Queen above the free throw line. Queen dribbles down the left side. Took a bump from Morton, put it up and in. They're going to wave the shot off, though. They'll say the contact came on the floor. So Ethan Morton will get called for the foul. That's the first foul against Ethan Morton. It's the 14th foul against Colorado State, and it will bring us to a timeout. With 3:42 to go here in the first half, Colorado State 31, Maryland 26. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Something amazing is happening in meteorology. Climate researchers are weathering a data storm. That's because CDW transformed their devices and infrastructure to pre-configured Lenovo ThinkPads and powerful edge-to-cloud solutions, delivering faster insights to run more accurate forecast models. So it's almost like they're controlling the weather themselves. Lenovo and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo Client.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Welcome back to Seattle with 3:42 to go in the first half. It's Colorado State on top of Maryland by a score of 31-26. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo at our Grainger broadcast position. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. Well, PJ, Colorado State has led for most of this first half, and much like Friday, it's been a very balanced effort for the Rams.
Yes, 7 different Rams have scored already. Maryland not too shabby either with 6. For a low-scoring game, it's 13 different players are already in the book. But what scares me or concerns me a little bit for Maryland, the 2 bigs, their 2 stars, Juju Reese and Derek Queen, are 7 for 10. Their teammates are 4 for 15. They're not getting as much help, particularly from the other 3 starters. This is usually a starter-dominant team, Maryland.
Maryland ball out of the timeout. Gillespie will inbound to Miguel out high side to Rice. Yeah, the Terps get 70 points a game from their starters. It's the most in the country. Rice driving right down to the baseline, bumped into Bourne, missed the shot, and air ball inside. Queen grabs the rebound, then Queen got it taken away from Morton, but he stepped out of bounds. And it'll be Maryland ball with 8 to shoot, and now there's an injured Terp down on the floor. That's Geronimo, who is very slow to get to his feet. He's saying that he got elbowed in the head. Julian Reese is going to check in, but Maryland is saying that Geronimo took an elbow to the head. They're asking the officials to look at this.
They are not going to the scorer's table at all. I'm wondering, Juju Reese is coming in, I would think, for Geronimo.
Well, Geronimo definitely took an elbow from Meek Clifford. It was inadvertent, but it definitely was an elbow to the side of the head.
Well, I thought there was contact on the shot. There was no call.
Gillespie inbound to Rice, out between the circles, makes the pass over to Miguel, 4 to shoot, high on the right side. Miguel dribbling right, he'll rise up, double clutches an 18-footer at the side of the backboard, and a shot clock violation. Well, I'm really impressed, Coach, with the defense Colorado State has played. Moving their feet, staying in front, making Maryland take contested shots.
Maryland is having much more trouble getting good shots against Colorado State defense than the Rams are against Maryland's excellent defense.
Evans with a handoff to Clifford. Up top it goes to Bourne. High left side to Morton. We've seen Kevin Willard run some zone in this first half. Here's Crocker Johnson with it above the left elbow. Man-to-man right now. Up top it goes to Evans. Dribbling to his right now. Back to his left. He's got Queen on a switch. Skip pass. High right side. Morton off his fingertips and out of bounds. And Colorado State turns it over with 3 minutes to go in the opening stanza, leading by 5.
Only their 3rd turnover. The Terps have 4, but most of the turnovers by both teams were early. They both started with a turnover on their first possession.
Miguel will inbound to the backcourt. Colorado State showing a little man-to-man pressure. Rodney Rice the inbound. He'll bring it ahead under the watchful eye of Kyan Evans.
Maryland needs to close this half well. Kind of take a little bit of the edge off Colorado State, who's played really well.
Rice dribbling to the right wing, launches a 3, back to the rim, no good, and Bowen Bourne is in for the rebound for Colorado State. Bourne will bring it across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Crosses over on the right side. Stop above the elbow. Top to Crocker Johnson. Shoots the 3. Back to the iron, no good. Morton the offensive rebound. Turns, pump fake, step through. Finds Crocker Johnson cutting down the left side. Puts it up and in over top of Queen. And the timeout taken by Kevin Willard with 2:25 to go in the first half. And Colorado State back up 7, 33-26.
7 offensive rebounds already for Colorado State. They're outworking the bigger Terps on the boards.
33-26 Rams with 2:25 to go in the first. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. 2:25 to go first half, 33-26. Colorado State. It'll be Maryland ball out of the timeout. Inbound to Rodney Rice in the backcourt. Rice across the timeline against Evans. Up top to Gillespie. Bowen Bourne backs up to give him space. Gillespie pounds it down with the left hand, now the right. Shovel it off to Rice, high on the left side. He'll bring the dribble out into the March Madness logo near midcourt. Resets the screen. Rice dribbling left down the lane. Lost control of the ball. Picked up by Bourne. Bourne will run it ahead. Now wait for his teammates to catch up. Weaving over high on the left side. Makes the pass to Nick Clifford. Down inside to Crocker Johnson. Left block. Puts it up and out. Couldn't finish over top of Reese, who snatches down the rebound. Out it goes to Jacoby Gillespie. He'll stop and pop a three. Deep three left wing around and out. No. Crocker Johnson the rebound. It's been one and done a lot for Maryland.
It was a quick shot and it was a deep one. I'll tell you what, a stat that Kevin Willard's not going to like. His opponent, they're shooting 47%, and the Terps have only committed 2 fouls. You don't want to foul a lot, but 2's not enough.
Clifford from the right side turns and banks in a 10-footer. 10 for Nick Clifford, 35-26. Rams lead back to 9.
Kevin Willard talked to us about that yesterday, the fact that Nick Clifford can play outside or they can post him up.
Queen drives down the left side and finishes with the left hand.
Strong move from the left elbow right through traffic. Big finish on the left side.
And he went from outside the three-point line all the way to the bucket.
Right down the lane.
35-28, 1 minute to go first half. Colorado State up 7 with the ball. Here's Clifford. Thought about a deep three, instead weaves his way to the free throw line. Poked away from behind by Gillespie. Picked up by Selton McGill.
How quick Gillespie's hands.
Well, remember, his defense was big against Grand Canyon. He gets lost in that blowout win, but he was excellent on the perimeter. Driving left down to the baseline. Gillespie gets inside. Lays it in off the window. Finished through contact from Crocker Johnson. 4 points for Jacoby Gillespie. Clock is running. Colorado State is in no hurry to inbound the ball. They want to let this run down so they can take the last shot. And they do exactly that. The shot clock is off. Clifford lobs it into Bowen Bourne.
Maryland has 4 fouls to give. I don't think they'll give one unless somebody gets underneath for a layup.
Evans will handle the ball out near midcourt. Clock is at 13.
We're man-to-man. They showed zone. Now they come out and playing man-to-man.
Evans dribbling left, jumps a pass to Clifford. Clifford drives left into the paint, down the lane, puts it up with the left hand, and scores off the glass, and that will bring us to halftime. Nick Clifford went inside. He went right at Reese, finished with the left hand, and the Rams will take a 7-point lead to the locker room.
Very similar to his second basket of the game. He started out on the right wing and put it down with the left hand, went by 2 players, and even though he had pretty good contests from Juju Reese, Neek was able to finish with the left hand inside.
Well, you thought Nick Clifford was going to play a lot better in the game today. How about 12 first half points?
Well, he certainly played a lot better, and he's shown his versatility. He's going to the basket, he's posting up, he's scoring in a lot of different ways, and he's a major problem right now for the Terps.
Halftime score in Seattle, Colorado State 37, Maryland 30. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with 2 people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to...
Pause for the facts.
I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro. Facts. A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion. Facts. A ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie. Facts. Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Yeah! Facts. Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. You know who you are. Mazda. Move and be moved.
I wake up.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Yo, it's Jacob Hester from Off Campus on College Sports Radio. For full breakdowns of this game and more, tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern on Channel 84 or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Halftime for Maryland and Colorado State in Seattle. The second game at Climate Pledge Arena turns back the clock to, well, last year. A matchup of former Pac-12 rivals, the 4-seed Arizona and the 5-seed Oregon. Winner heads to Newark, New Jersey, and a date with top seed Duke. Both were easy first-round winners on Friday. Arizona by 28 over Akron, Oregon by 29 over Liberty. The Ducks can get to their first Sweet 16 since 2021. Arizona has been to 2 since then and now goes for 3 in Tommy Lloyd's 4 years as head coach. Here's Coach Lloyd with Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo.
Well, Coach, for those of us that spent a lot of years around the Pac-12, this is kind of a dream matchup to see Arizona and Oregon in an NCAA tournament. What's it like for you to see a team you're very familiar with on this stage?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a little different. You know, you're not used to seeing basically what you would once have considered a conference foe in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Usually, you have to get further down the line to meet them. So you're like, hey, if we play them in the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8, I mean, we'll take it because we're still alive. So it's a little interesting to see them early. But again, hey, this conference realignment hit, and we ended up in the Big 12. They ended up in the Big 10. So times have changed. We're excited to still be playing. We have a lot of respect for Oregon. I'm sure they watched the film. I watched the film last night, and we probably both are pretty familiar with each other. I think both teams are running a lot of the same stuff and have a lot of the same principles and concepts.
I always found the Thursday or Friday game so orderly. You had time to prepare. It was great. And then you'd have one day, and generally it was a better team that you were facing on the Saturday or the Sunday. It helps in a sense, it helps both of you, but playing somebody you know most of their personnel, and you certainly know the way Dana plays from as many times as you guys have played.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There is that familiarity, and we've had a kind of a base way we've done things, and you make a few adjustments here and there. But when you see what they're doing and say, okay, hey, here was our plan A, here was our plan B, it gives you a good starting point. But again, it's the transfer era, so you have a lot of new players, and they have some new players too. So you got to make sure, just because we had a game plan last year doesn't mean it's going to work this year, and we got to make sure the game plans are adapted to the personnel, and then that the personnel understands what the game plan is.
Visiting with Arizona head coach Tommy Lloyd, Coach, they've been very clear about the fact that Nate Biddle has kind of been the driving force for them, turning things around at the end of the season. What concerns do you have with him? What do you have to do to be effective against him?
Nate's, one of those great stories. I mean, he's a in-state kid for them who's really had to be patient. Not that he didn't have some success when he was younger, but, there was a day in college basketball, and this guy that's doing this thing with you was used to players staying 3-4 years, unless he was getting pros from Australia or Lithuania before everybody else. Those guys were 1-year deals and 26 years old. I don't know how he did that. We need to get the NCAA to look back into that. But, he's a little bit longer in the tooth now. And so physically, he's been able to adjust, and he's got real confidence that's built, from success in games. He's got some go-to things in his right-hand hook and his ability to shoot the ball, and he's got some grit and some toughness now. So, it's great to see players develop, and I have a lot of respect for Nate Biddle and how he's playing.
Coach, thanks very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
That is Arizona head coach Tommy Lloyd before the old Pac-12 rivals get together again, Arizona and Oregon. That is game number 2 in Seattle. Game number 1 at the half, Colorado State leads Maryland 3730. Welcome to the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. The 12-seed Colorado State up by as much as 12 in that first half. A 7-point Rams lead at halftime, 37-30, for the right to go to the Sweet 16 in San Francisco. We'll take a break. Coming up, the scoreboard. There's going to be an all-SEC matchup in the Sweet 16. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind zero-turn and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel. Let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
To win in basketball takes a can-do spirit. So shave with Barbasol and inspire your team. Raise that red, white, and blue can and yell, "We can do this." If it doesn't work, you still got a great shave. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
O'Reilly.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer, don't miss Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, save $20 on a Power Torque 248-piece mechanics tool set. O Rewards members get a $5 reward. Power Torque professional hand tools come with a lifetime guarantee. Visit your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Colorado State leads Maryland by 7 at halftime in Seattle. Brad Heller in our Westwood One studios, and let's check the tournament scoreboard. Sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try for free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter x.com/MVP. St. Mary's is really trying to slow the pace against Alabama, the 7 against the 2 in Cleveland. But the Crimson Tide so far, just too much firepower.
In the front court, Philon comes away with a steal for Alabama. 2-on-2. An alley-oop and a jam for Grant Nelson. They are celebrating on the far sideline, 72-60, as we come up on 5 minutes left to go in the game.
Scott Graham on the call, 72-63 Alabama, 3.5 minutes to go. You can hear that finish on the new Westwood One Sports app. Kentucky outscoring Illinois 84-75, first Sweet 16 for the Wildcats since 2019, and they will take on Tennessee on Friday in Indianapolis. Duke shot 64%. The Blue Devils all over Baylor, 89-66. They're going to Newark, New Jersey, and they'll take on either Arizona or Oregon. Tyrese Proctor, 7 threes He scored 25. Walter Clayton Jr., 23, and 2 clutch three-pointers in the final 2 minutes. Florida over UConn, 77-75. Ending the run for the Huskies, the back-to-back defending champs. Their 13-game tournament winning streak is over, and Florida is headed to San Francisco. They will take on either Colorado State or Maryland on Thursday. And that score at the half, the 12-seed Rams lead the 4-seed Terps 37-30. We'll take a break. On the other side, we'll rejoin Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo at Climate Pledge Arena from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boost, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Hit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats, so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo back in Seattle. Halftime, it's Colorado State 37 and Maryland 30. Let's check the halftime stats. Sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of Jill's. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Now, Colorado State shot 50% in that first half, 16 of 32. They were 3 of 9 from three-point range and 2 of 3 at the free throw line. Individually, Nick Clifford led the way. He had 12 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Meanwhile, for Maryland, 42%, 13 of 31. They were 4 of 11 from three-point range and did not attempt a free throw in that first half. Derek Queen had 12 points. He was 5 of 7 from the floor, including 2 of 3 from 3. Big stat in that first half, the rebounding battle. Colorado State not just hanging around, PJ, +3, 18-15 in that first half.
And +2 in offensive boards, 7-5. So they're doing an exceptional job on the glass. 7-2 also fast break points. They're basically dominating. Maryland averages just under 82 points a game. They got 30 in the first 20 minutes.
Time now to connect with our analyst for the second half keys, sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. All right, PJ, let's start with Maryland. What do you look for them in the second half?
They've got to defend dribble penetration significantly better than they did in the first half. They only committed 2 fouls. To me, that's a telling stat. I know if you're a good defensive team, you don't want to foul, but 2 fouls is not good, particularly when the other team is shooting 50% from the field. 18 paint points for Colorado State. Maryland's just got to pick up their defense for sure. For Colorado State, I think the first 4 minutes are critical. They don't have to blow the game open, but they can't let Maryland go on a nice run. They just got to at least hold their own the first 4 minutes. Don't let Maryland come out and really start with a lot of juice and like cut 6 points off the lead. They just need to establish, hey, it's going to be the same, more of the same in the second half.
Halftime score here in Seattle. Colorado State 37, Maryland 30. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supplies. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up.
What's up, insiders, basketball fans all over the world? Thank you so much for hanging out with us today during March Madness. Oh man, we're having so much fun. We've got streams going for every single game of the tournament. We're tracking our brackets. It's a lot of fun in the chat. Please chat it up. Hit that like button down below and share this link out. That's going to be the best way to bring more basketball fans here to the chat. And we're already seeing thousands of fans come into the first stream of 16 on Thursday. I'm going to let Joe take it home. We appreciate you being here.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like, subscribe, and share, because every click impacts SickKids' mission to heal the future.
Instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel. Let's go mow. Available for limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
April 7, 2003. New Orleans the site as Syracuse and Kansas clashed in the championship game. Led by freshman Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara, the Orangemen jolted the Jayhawks early and opened up an 18-point first-half lead. But they couldn't KO Kansas, and Nick Collison and company rallied furiously down the stretch. With time winding down, KU had one last chance to complete the comeback.
Off the corner, inbound will come from Kansas, and Graves feeds Heinrich, a jump shot for the tie, arching up, and no good. And Syracuse has won. Syracuse refuses to lose. And they are the national champions of college basketball.
81-78 the final score, giving Jim Boeheim his first title in 27 years as coach of the Orangemen. With another great moment in NCAA tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Tonight's broadcast of the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Just about to set to start the second half here in Seattle. Colorado State on top of Maryland, 37-30. Winner moves on to San Francisco. They will take on the top seed Florida Gators on Thursday at the Chase Center in the Bay Area. Time now for the start of the second half. It is sponsored by Indeed.com. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credits. Well, really an impressive first half for Colorado State. PJ did just about everything they're going to have to do to win the game. Maryland, we talked so much about their front court. Those guys have been good. Seems like Kevin Willard's going to need some help, though, from the guys in the backcourt.
Absolutely, and they've been really strong, but not so far today. 8 for 11 are Juju and Derek Queen. 5 for 20, their teammates. Those are guys that have really been big and contributed. Rodney Rice, in particular, really struggling. He's 1 for 8, and don't forget, Bemba only played less than 5 minutes in the first half for Colorado State, so he's back on the floor with those 3 fouls.
Gillespie, Rice, McGill, Reese, and Queen for Maryland. Evans, Lake, Clifford, Crocker, Johnson, and Bemba for Colorado State.
You should correct myself with those 2 fouls. 2 quick fouls in the first half.
Maryland in the home white still have it first to start the second half, moving right to left. Jacoby Gillespie will handle for the Terrapins. Up top to Miguel, hand it back to Gillespie. Gillespie dribbles left, heads back to the right. He'll lob it past to Miguel down to the right corner. Miguel looking, puts it on the deck, dribbles left around, a screen from Queen, gets to the foul line, floater with the right hand, up, back in the window, good. Jalen Crocker Johnson pulls down the Colorado State rebound.
Good shot, floater in front, but again, one and done. Colorado State on the glass.
Evans across the timeline with a left-hand dribble, throw it to Crocker Johnson over on the right. Up top it goes to Bemba. High left side to Clifford, matched up against Miguel. Holds the basketball, puts it on the floor, dribbles left, spins right, fading 15-footer left of the lane is good for 2. Nate Clifford's got 14. Colorado State is up by 9.
Nate Clifford is feeling it, no question, playing with a ton of confidence.
Gillespie with a dribble out front for Maryland. Leave it for Queen. High right side it goes to Rodney Rice. Looking inside to Reese, instead goes top to Gillespie, now to Queen off the left elbow. Holds the ball above his head, takes a dribble, hands it off Rice, back to Queen, rolling down the right side, Euro step to his left, lost the ball, picked up and stolen by Evans for Colorado State. Evans into the front court. Evans makes a pass into the right corner, Clifford up the wing to Lake. He'll launch the 3. Little too strong off the rim, and Gillespie is there for the Maryland rebound. Gillespie will push the pace for the Terps. Out to Rice, dribbles to the 3-point line. They leave him open and he lasers in a 3. Just the second made bucket of the game for Rodney Rice, and it's 39-33 CSU.
Take a look at Bemba the next time you see him going up and down the floor. He looks to me like he's grimacing and maybe did something to one of his legs.
Talking to the Colorado State bench, here's Evans dribbling left, stops on the block, out front to Crocker Johnson beyond the 3-point line. Hand it off to Clifford, dribbling left, backs up beyond the 3-point arc. Back to Crocker Johnson, right of the lane, 15 feet away. Puts it on the floor with his left hand, skip pass, goes over to Lake. Up top, Evans, clean look at a 3. It's good! Great ball movement by Colorado State. Evans pays it off with a 3, and the Rams lead by 9, 42-33.
Colorado State changes sides of the floor as much as any team in the NCAA, and that really tests your defense.
Gillespie lob inside for Queen, and Clifford knocked it away out of bounds. That's what Kevin Willard told us yesterday. He was concerned about that side-to-side ball movement.
They make you play defense. You say, what's the big deal if they go side-to-side? When you have your defense set up, the ball side of the floor is the strong side. You have everybody set to help on the other side. When you swing the ball back to that original side, now they got to go out and pressure the ball. The original strong side becomes the help side. It sounds simple, but it's not. Most teams are just not patient enough to do that.
Nikola Joppa back in for Colorado State. Rodney Rice off the inbound. Turns and fires in a 3 from the right corner. Back-to-back 3s for Rice. He's got 9. Back to a 6-point game. 42-36 Colorado State.
Rodney Rice heard us calling him out with that 1-for-8 first half.
Evans drives down the left side and lays it in. Left-hand drive, right-hand finish. 44-36 CSU.
The layups continue from dribble penetration. Major problem for the Maryland defense.
Gillespie dribbles over on the left side. Up top it goes to Queen. He'll hand it off to Rice. Rice stops, top of the key. Shoots a 3 over Evans. Off the right side of the rim, no good. And a foul on the rebound. Bodies on the deck. It's going to go against Joppa of Colorado State. He and Reese got tangled up. Joppa left the game in the first half holding his right wrist. It is taped up. He is back in the ball game.
Remember we said we thought we saw something with Bemba. That's why Joppa's in, and Bemba's not on the bench. He's down the other side of the bench talking to their trainer, Tony Presley, right now.
Maryland will inbound baseline right. Lob it up the lane line to Queen. Makes the catch. Drives right. Spins left in the lane. Lays it up with the left hand and scores. What a pretty move by the big man, Derek Queen.
From the right side into the lane, a 360, and then finishes with the left hand. Beautiful move.
Clifford will hand it off to Evans. Up top it goes to Lake. Bounce to the Joppa above the left elbow. Joppa takes a dribble, give it to Clifford, dribbling right, stops, top of the key, almost double clutch that 3. It's off the front of the rim, no good. Crocker Johnson, the rebound, though. Back out to Clifford, driving left, gets into the paint, shovels it low, Joppa, lost it off his knee, out of bounds. No, it wasn't out of bounds. Gillespie picked it up. He'll run it the other way for Maryland. Gillespie picks up his dribble. Up top it goes to Queen. Hit a couple of 3s in the first half. He'll bounce this to Reese off the right elbow, and then Reese got bumped as he began to move to the basket. That foul is going to go against Nick Clifford. It's his first of the game.
Well, I'm not sure who Derek Queen was throwing that pass to. I thought he was trying to get Gillespie on a back door, but Juju Reese ended up with it.
Inbound to Queen above the free throw line. Thought about the jumper. Instead, he'll kick it out to Miguel. Driving left. Jumps a pass up top to Gillespie. Steps in. Pump fakes the three. Now he'll shoot from the top of the key, and it's good. Jacoby Gillespie with his first bucket of the second half. 44-41. Maryland within three.
We asked where the other starters were for Maryland. Here they come.
Evans across the timeline with a right-hand dribble. Handed off to Lake. Bumps into Gillespie. No call. Lake on the drive. Into the paint. Drop it low. Chop off. Fumbled it away. Over to Miguel. Now to Gillespie down the left side. Touch pass. Rice going to the basket on the right. Puts it up off the rim. No good. Fight for the rebound inside. Yanked out of there by Crocker Johnson for Colorado State.
Boy, verticality. Talk about letting him play.
Evans with it high on the left side. Evans matched up against Queen. Dribbling right into the paint. Stops. Turns. Out front it goes to Clifford. 15 to shoot for Colorado State. They're up 3 with the ball. Timeout coming to the next dead ball. 15:44 to go. Clifford dribbles left, finds Shopball. Rolling to the rim for the two-hand slam. They've been trying to find Shopball. Finally made the catch and slams it down.
Exactly right, Ryan. He fumbled too. That one he caught. He was wide open. Good pass from Nick Clifford.
Gillespie over to Queen. Left of the lane. Dribbles down to the block. He's triple team. Gets underneath. Shovels it off Reese. Pump fake Crocker Johnson. Laid it in and one. Queen set him up, and then Juju Reese pays it off. The pump fake, the contact, and the finish.
Both coaches should be happy. Maryland's back in the game. Colorado State didn't just fold. We've got ourselves a big-time second half.
Timeout on the court sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 15:23 to go. Colorado State 46, Maryland 43. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Choose your calling. Choose your path. Just choose.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So what?
Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single college basketball game of March Madness. Every single game. Speaking of which, I've got to start that next stream right now. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
Most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Time now for a tournament bracket update sponsored by Green Gobbler. Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. It's bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and it works. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it. Well, the winner of this game will move to San Francisco. They will take on the top seed Florida on Thursday. The other game in San Francisco has the 3 seed Texas Tech against the 10 seed Arkansas. Later tonight, Arizona and Oregon. Winner of that game will move on to Newark. They will take on the top seed Duke there on Thursday. 15:23 to go in this game. 46-43 Colorado State. Both the Rams and the Terrapins have come out shooting it well in the second half.
No question. Maryland 5 for 8. More importantly, 3 for 4 from downtown. Rice and Gillespie have come alive from downtown as Reese completes the three-point play. Colorado State not shabby. They're 4 for 6, but what's hurt them is 2 turnovers early.
46-44, Colorado State after the Reese free throw. Rams basketball in the front court. Here's Clifford with it. Clifford trying to hand it off the lake, and a foul out front is going to go against Jacoby Gillespie. He picks up his first. This has been a pretty physical game at both ends. I think the officials have done a good job. They've kind of set a tone and stayed with it throughout the course of this game.
Yeah, they're letting him play. There's no question. Nick Clifford, with his 14 points, also has 4 boards and 4 assists. Right.
Clifford with the inbound to Evans. He had a nice floor game on Friday, despite the fact he didn't shoot it well. Much better shooting it here in this game.
He's doing it all today.
6 of 11 from the floor. Driving left here against Queens. Step back fading 18-footer for the baseline. Is short off the rim. Rebound tapped by Morton out to Lake. Foul line jumper on the way. Off the left side of the iron, no. And Miguel has the Maryland rebounds.
That would have been Ethan Morton's 5th offensive rebound in 2 games.
Chance for the Terps to tie or take the lead. Here's Reese with it out front. Over on the right side to Gillespie. Gillespie dribbles up to the top of the key beyond the three-point arc. Backs up that dribble, heads right, bounce pass down to Reese, right of the lane against Joppa. Backing his way in, Reese turns baseline, lays it up and out, and Joppa taps the rebound to himself. Reese was at point-blank range and couldn't finish. Morton racing the other way, into the front court, finds Clifford cutting down the left, lays it up and out for the foul, and Clifford will go to the free throw line.
Really good pass from Morton. Again, he does all those little things. Juju Reese had an easier shot than he thought. He went across the basket and made it like a spin shot on the other side. He should have just dunked it or shot it on the right side.
Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at empowered.com. So Nick Clifford will go to the free throw line. Clifford 2 for 2 in this game, 77% on the year. First free throw here, rims out. One more for Nick Clifford. Jalen Crocker-Johnson, Bowen Bourne in for Colorado State. Joppa will sit, Lake will sit. You know, Ethan Morton is the one who grabbed that rebound and found Nick Clifford, PJ. You were talking about him during one of our breaks. A guy that just does all the little stuff for Colorado State.
He absolutely does. Assists and offensive rebounds, 50-50 balls. Nick makes the second one. Boy, Nick Clifford's got some game going.
47-44 Colorado State. Clifford with 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
2 blocks and a steal. How about that?
Fill up the stat sheet. Here's Selton Miguel with it out high on the left side for Maryland. Fakes a pass inside. Up top it goes to Rodney Rice. Dribbling left to the free throw line. Rice steps back, goes between his legs, crosses left, step back above the left elbow. No, and then a foul. Bowen Bourne got into his legs. Bourne slipped and went down and was in the landing area of Rodney Rice. And so Rice will go to the free throw line as Bourne picks up his first.
I think he was inside the 3-point line, correct, Rye?
Yes, he was.
2-shot foul.
Yeah, 2-shot foul coming up. The report from Colorado State is that Rashawn Bemba is questionable to return. They have not specified his injury. He's on the exercise bike in the tunnel right now for Colorado State.
Yeah, you can see him in the distance down there underneath the tunnel, but you can see by the expression in his face that right away going up the floor, I don't want to speculate what he did, but whether he pulled a muscle or whether he got a Charlie horse or something, but right away you knew that was bothering him.
They're saying it's a back injury for Bemba as Rice takes the second free throw and rattles it in. So it's 11 points for Rodney Rice, 47-46 Colorado State, inside 14 minutes to go. Evans across the timeline with a left-hand dribble, bounce it up to Clifford. Clifford puts it on the deck, dribbling right, stops, top of the key, back to Evans, deep 3, left wing. That one rattles and comes out no good. Queen above everybody has the two-handed rebound for Maryland. Off to Gillespie, lob it to Rice. High on the left side. Rice dribbling left, down to the baseline. Step back, 19-footer, in and one! Bowen Bourne committed the foul, and Rodney Rice is going back to the line.
Yeah, second time in a row, Bowen Bourne. He's trying to play aggressive defense, which is good, but he's getting into the shooter's space. You know, if you think of a shooter like in a telephone booth, you got to stay outside the booth. Twice now, Bowen Bourne has gotten under him.
Rice just made a couple of free throws. This one on the way is good. Maryland is on top, 49-47. First lead for the Terps since there was 17:25 to go in the first half. Evans dribbling over on the left, stop of the elbow, top to Crocker-Johnson. He'll launch the 3 from there, back of the iron, no good. Evans has the offensive rebound, fakes a pass, spins, drives down the lane, gets it off to Crocker-Johnson, lays it up, in and one! Jalen Crocker-Johnson finishing through the contact of Queen. And he will go to the line, trying to give the Rams the lead right back.
How about 10 offensive rebounds for Colorado State? And that is the second one for their point guard, Kyan Evans.
We welcome those of you just joining us across our network with 13:23 remaining in Seattle. Colorado State and Maryland tied at 49. Jalen Crocker-Johnson at the free throw line. 76% free throw shooter makes the free throw, and the Rams are back in front.
Niko Medved going basically small, going out of center. No Joppa or no Bemba. Bemba's hurt. Joppa out of the game.
50-49, Rams on top. Here's Jacoby Gillespie from Maryland. Handed off Rodney Rice. Dribbles out between the circles. Heads back to the left. Stop on the wing. Top to Miguel. He'll take the deep three. And it's good. Self Miguel again. He had 3 threes on Friday. He's got 2 here tonight. Maryland leads 52-50. 12:58 to go. Clifford lob it to Crocker-Johnson. Top of the key beyond the three-point line over to Bourne on the right side. Out front it goes to Ethan Morton. Morton looking to his left, to his right. Now will dribble over on the right side, heads back to the left, handed off to Kyan Evans. Evans dribbles right, goes behind his back, top to Bourne, driving right down the lane, fakes, spins, fadeaway jumper is up and in. Bowen Bourne has been a factor. He's got 6 in the game. 52-52.
He went in amongst the big guys, came to a jump stop, and then just pivoted and shot a little fadeaway jumper.
Bowen Bourne is listed at 5'11". He is not afraid inside. Here's Queen over to Miguel, high on the left. Rice wants the basketball, instead they'll lob it over to Queen. Dribbles right against Morton, handed off Gillespie on the wing. Shot clock is at 9. Gillespie dribbling left, jump stop inside the foul line, turns, pump fake, bangs into Bourne, no call, missed the shot off the front of the rim. Rebound to Morton, racing up the floor on the right side. Morton weaves left, jumps a pass inside. Bourne is wide open, lays it in on the right side.
There's Morton doing what you said. Brian, simple play. Pushes the ball. He finds the open man.
54-52. Colorado State, 11:49 to go. Here's Gillespie with it over on the left wing. Gillespie will lob it to Queen, left of the lane, drives inside, puts a shoulder down, lays it up and out, trying to grab his own rebound. He's got it, spins, puts it up with the right hand. That's no good. Tip no good. Fight for the rebound inside. Evans tried to save it in bounds, and he stepped on the line as he did. It'll be Maryland ball. Boy, these two teams are going at it, competing at a high level. Derek Queen is hot. He's in the face of Roger Ayers. The Maryland coaches are trying to pull him away. Boy, they would be well served to get Derek Queen back in the huddle.
Yeah, Roger Ayers said to turn to Kevin Willard and said, Kev, get him away from me. Kevin said, you got to give him a call. They're getting calls on the other end. He got banged and didn't. I'll tell you what, he needed to pause a little bit and go up stronger. He kind of rushed the shot.
Timeout on the court with 11:35 to go. Colorado State 54, Maryland 52. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. It smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went,
I'm so excited.
yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and Emily summed it up like so.
It's just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo in Seattle, 11:35 to go. Colorado State 54, Maryland 52. Later, almost like the smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Well, Derek Queen has been subbed out of the game, but during the timeout, he left the Maryland huddle to confront Roger Ayers again. PJ, I think Derek Queen is very fortunate he did not receive a technical foul.
Without question, if this were a regular season game, he'd have gotten teed up. Roger Ayers showed a ton of restraint. Derek Queen clearly out of control. Twice the Maryland assistants had to pull him back. The big man has got to get a little more under control than he is right now.
Maryland ball out of the timeout, down by 2 in a zone from Colorado State. Here's Gillespie, high left side to Miguel. He'll launch the 3 from the slot and hit it again.
Wow.
Selton Miguel's third 3 of the game. Maryland leads 55-54, our 11th lead change of the game, 5th in the last 3 minutes.
Picture where the hash mark used to be. He was deeper than that.
Now a steal by Miguel. Racing the other way, challenging. Clifford slams it down with the right hand. Back-to-back buckets for Miguel, 57-54, Maryland.
At halftime, we ask, where's Miguel? Where's Rice? Where's Gillespie? Here they are.
Bourne up top to Bemba, who's back in the game for Colorado State, but still appears to be grimacing. Clifford's got it high in the right slot against Miguel. Dribbles left off a Bemba screen. Step back, finds Bourne. Dribbles over to his left. Launches the 3 from the wing. It's short off the rim. Rebound tipped in. It's tipped in by Morton.
Well, you're going to give it to Morton. I'm going to give it half to Rice and half to Geronimo. The 2 Maryland players knocked it in.
Ethan Morton, the closest guy, will get credit. Here's another 3 by Miguel. This one off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped into the hands of Bowen Bourne for Colorado State.
I don't know about that shot. That was resembled a heat check shot.
Rams down 1 with the ball. Here's Jalen Lake up top to Nick Clifford. Clifford dribbles over on the left against Gillespie. Hooked him, turned the corner, got to the rim and slammed it down. Clifford with a 2-hand flush. Colorado State 58, Maryland 57, 10:08 to go. Back and forth we go in Seattle.
Maryland's help defense hasn't been there at the rim.
Here's Reese, right of the lane, backing down against Bemba, out to Gillespie, right wing 3, front of the rim, no. Rebound tipped up inside. Bemba's got a flat-footed baseline rebound for Colorado State.
Yeah, literally, he didn't even try and jump, and he is grimacing.
Morton dribbling down to the other end, picks up his dribble at the right elbow. Got it slapped away momentarily, shovels it up top to Bemba. Rams will get organized here. 9:40 to go, Colorado State up 1. Clifford dribbles left, step back, shoots the 3. That one's short off the rim, and Reese is there for the Maryland rebound.
You would think Maryland's got to get the ball inside. They're playing a lot on the perimeter. Got to get Reese and Queen, when Queen gets back in the game, some paint shots.
Here's Rice with it between the circles. Dribbles over to his left, now back to his right, turns the corner, leaves out beyond the 3-point line. Rice pounds it down with the left hand, works his way to the free throw line. Jumper on the way, rolls off the iron, no good. Clifford fighting for the rebound, and a foul is going to go against Colorado State inside. Reese hit the deck. I think it's going to be Jalen Lake who gets called for the foul, his first. And that is team foul number 6 against Colorado State.
Yeah, very few fouls called in the first half. 6 is 1 short of bonus, obviously. 9 minutes still to go. That's going to be a big factor in this game. Maryland getting to the free throw line.
Kyle Jorgensen back in for Colorado State. Bemba very slowly limping to the Colorado State bench, and now some frustration for him.
Yeah.
Here's Queen back in the game, throws up a wild runner from the free throw line, no good. And Clifford has the rebound. A little immaturity being shown by Queen.
I didn't know whether that was a lob pass or a runner, but it wasn't good.
Here's Morton with it, left of the lane, backing in against Miguel. Turns, fakes, steps through, lowers his shoulder, bounce it over to Jorgensen on the right block. He takes a dribble into the middle, left-handed jump hook, swatted away by Geronimo. Grabbed by Bourne for Colorado State, dribbling left inside the free throw line, puts up a fading shot. Oh, he banked it in! Bowen Bourne somehow got it off the glass to go. 60-57 Rams, 8:33 left.
Fading away, falling down, banked it in. Circus shot by Bowen Bourne.
Timeout taken by Kevin Willard and Maryland with 8:31 to go. A 6-0 Colorado State run has given them a 60-57 lead. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh, yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the...
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back in Seattle with 8:31 to go. Colorado State 60, Maryland 57. Later on, we'll select the play of the day, sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits. Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant, 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. 6-0 Colorado State run. Maryland takes time out. Kevin Willard trying to get his team organized in what has been a heavyweight fight between these two teams, just back and forth.
Yeah, I like the timeout by Kevin. I think he certainly doesn't want Colorado State to get away a little bit. I also think he's trying to calm down his freshmen. We talked about Derek Queen before the timeout. He took him out to settle him down, and he came in and took that off balance. You called it a shot. I wasn't sure. Tell you what, it was such a poor shot. I thought it was a pass. Nonetheless, it was a mistake. And I think Kevin knows Queen's got to settle down if they're going to win this game.
Rodney Rice will inbound just to the left of us. He gets it into Deshaun Harris-Smith. Watched by Nick Clifford out front, 18 to shoot. Left side Gillespie curls into the lane, jump stop in the paint, got the ball slapped away, but a foul. That's going to go against Nick Clifford. I believe Michael Greenstein has taken a look. It will be against Clifford, so Nick Clifford picks up his second, but that is the 17th foul against Colorado State, so free throws now coming for Maryland.
Yeah, I don't know whether they called it in the act of shooting or not. I think it's a two-shot foul, but as you said, more significantly, there's all one-and-ones to follow.
And they did call that a shooting foul, so it's two shots as Gillespie makes the first. He's an 86% free throw shooter. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Second free throw in front of the rim, no good. Jalen Crocker-Johnson has the Colorado State rebound.
Maryland with all four players in the backcourt. They don't put players on the lane when you're shooting a free throw.
Evans to Clifford, top to Lake, launches a three off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebound batted inside to Clifford. Clifford puts it up. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Geronimo and Queen were both there. The foul is going to be against Derek Queen. He is beside himself right now. The young freshman has got to find a way to keep his emotions in check.
Well, the ball bounced around a little bit. In fairness, it was kind of a long rebound, but nonetheless, that's the 13th offensive rebound for Colorado State. Maryland only has 7.
Clifford will go to the free throw line. First one is on the way. It is good. And PJ, I get it. Derek Queen feels like there's been contact. He has not gotten calls. Now he gets called for a foul. I get it, but you have to play through that in the NCAA tournament.
Without question, particularly in a game like this that basically they've been trying to hang on the entire game. Colorado State has dominated this game.
Clifford with his second free throw, looking for his 19th point of the night. It is on the way. It is good. So 19 for Nick Clifford, 62-58 Colorado State, 8:05 to go. No doubt Clifford has had the bounce-back game that both you and Nico Medved thought he would have tonight. Here's Rice dribbling over on the right side. Makes the pass down in the corner to Harris Smith. Back up the boards, it goes to Rice. Holds the basketball at his waist. Now down by his knees. Makes the pass to Queen. Right of the lane against Morton. Queen begins to back his way in. Double comes over to Rice. Now Gillespie in the left corner. Harris Smith. 3-ball. Air ball. Knocked into the hands of Evans for Colorado State.
Good ball movement. Exactly what they should have. Harris Smith is holding his hand. I don't know what he did, but he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, grabbing a finger, it looks like, on his left hand. Evans looking at Clifford on a post-up. He'll bounce it to him 17 feet away, left baseline. Double team comes. Hooks a pass up top to Crocker Johnson. Didn't want the three. Over to Lake on the right side. Dribbling left. Gets to the foul line. Steps back. Didn't take the shot. High right side to Morton. Dribbles left into the paint. Stops. Out of the left wing. Lake jumps up a three. Back to the iron. No good. Fight for the rebound inside. Gillespie has it down on the baseline. Great fight by the Maryland point guard.
Yeah, it really was a battle to come up with that rebound.
7:03 remaining. 62-58. Colorado State. Maryland ball. Trip to the Sweet 16 is on the line. Here's Reese over to Rice. Gets the ball knocked away into the backcourt. Rice will run it down. Shot clock at 11. Rice back into the front court. Dribbles over on the right wing. Makes a pass to Gillespie on the left. He'll take the three over Evans. That's short off the rim. Rebound batted twice by Queen. Tried to save it in bounds. Couldn't do it. He was standing out of bounds. It'll be Colorado State ball when we return.
Colorado State is doing a really good job. Every Maryland dribble handoff, they're jumping out, making the ball handler come to a complete stop, taking away the ability to turn the corner.
6:43 remaining in Seattle. It's Colorado State 62 and Maryland 58. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Do you like your protein crunchy, chewy, salty, or sweet? If you've got goals, Quest has cheats. From bars to protein milkshakes to chips and crackers, Quest Nutrition is big on protein, low on sugar, and huge on flavor. It's basically cheating. 6:43 remaining. Colorado State 62, Maryland 58. At halftime, PJ, you said that Maryland's guards have got to come alive if they're going to have a chance. They have done that here in the second half to keep Maryland hanging around.
Yeah, they're Maryland as a team, 5 for 10 from the three-point line in the second half. Colorado State struggling, only 1 for 9, but it's still only 28-25, a three-point advantage for Maryland in the second half. That's because Juju Reese and Derek Queen, who at the half had 9 and 14 points, respectively, have really not added very much to that in the second half. And, you know, now it's tilted the other way. The guards are doing all the scoring.
Colorado State ball out of the timeout. Rams with his 4-point lead. They have never been to the Sweet 16 in the modern era. Trying to get there for the first time. The winner of this game meets the top seed Florida on Thursday night in San Francisco. We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 6:43 to go. 62-58 Colorado State.
Huge possession here, more so for Maryland on the defensive end. They need to stop.
Evans up top to Crocker Johnson. Queen is all over him. They get it to Lake. Out front, Clifford slapped away. Clifford grabs the ball back, dribbles right, rises up for a wing three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped. It's out of bounds. Off of Colorado State. Last touch by Bemba, who is back in the game, although still moving gingerly with that injured back.
Confident shot by Nick Clifford, but I don't know that they needed it a little bit early in the shot clock.
Fans in the arena just saw the replay. They thought that was last touch by Maryland. Here's Gillespie to Reese. Dribbles down the left side. Bangs into Bemba. No call. Into the left corner it goes to Selton Miguel. Miguel dribbling right. Turns the corner. Puts a shoulder down into the paint. Throws up a wild shot. Front of the rim. No good. Bemba outfights Reese inside for the rebound.
Wild shot is a good description. One and done for Maryland.
Evans will bring it across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Make the pass over to Lake on the left sideline. Clifford comes out to get it near midcourt. Back on the left side, Evans dribbles down to the baseline. Evans looking for space, none there. Wheels back to his right, gets to the free throw line up top. Jalen Crocker Johnson, three on the way. It's off to the right, no good. And Rodney Rice, the Maryland rebound. Rice into the front court, top to Miguel. High right side to Gillespie. Gillespie brings the dribble back out. He wants a screen from Reese. Reese will set it. Gillespie dribbles right. Bemba jumps out of the help. Gillespie still with the dribble. Goes between his legs. Drops it down to Queen. He's got it right in the lane against Crocker Johnson. Rips it through and a foul against Jalen Crocker Johnson. That's number 3 against the Colorado State sophomore. Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. 17,093 here in Seattle. Great crowds for all of these games as Derek Queen goes to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Queen is a 76% free throw shooter. Steadies. The first is on the way. It is good.
Right, I should have made the point earlier today. Colorado State at a 12 seed is not the highest seed left so far. They were the highest seed when the day started. They're the only 12 seed or even remotely like that still survived.
Queen rattles out the second free throw. Clifford the rebound.
Couple of big missed free throws for Maryland, not taking advantage of the advantage they have.
You wonder if both teams may be tiring a bit. Combined 3 of 19 from the field in these last couple of minutes. Here's Bemba. Handed off Clifford. Dribbles right. Back to Bemba. Left of the lane. Fumbled it. Grabs it back. Laid it up and in. Boy, Bemba fumbled that one, but was able to regain control, and his layup gives Colorado State a 5-point lead.
And his shot putting it in with his left hand. Didn't look real pretty, but counts for 2.
Gillespie with the dribble out high on the right side. 4:45 remaining. Gillespie up top to Queen, handed back to Gillespie. Gillespie looked up at the rim. Now gets it to Rice. Curling, top of the key 3 is on the way. Off the right side of the rim, no good. Long rebound, run down by Crocker Johnson for Colorado State. Over to Clifford, fumbled it away, out of bounds, off of Colorado State. It'll be Maryland ball.
Gillespie caused the turnover, but still, I thought a careless pass by Colorado State. They didn't need to be in a hurry.
Ethan Morton back in for CSU. Maryland has got to find some offense here. 0 for their last 8. They've gone 6 minutes and 40 seconds without a field goal.
Well, they're doing such a good job, Colorado State, on Queen. Even when he catches the ball, he's so far from the basket.
Here's Gillespie ending the streak with a right wing 3 off the inbound. He's got 11, 64-62. Colorado State, 4:18 to go.
The guards keeping him in it in the second half for Maryland.
Clifford over to Morton on the left sideline. Morton dribbles out between the circles. Needs some help. He'll shovel it off to Evans. 15 to shoot for Colorado State. Morton gets it back on the right side beyond the three-point arc. Up top it goes to Bemba. Now to Clifford on the left side. Clifford beyond the three-point line. Fakes a pass. Takes a look at the clock. Jab step with his right foot. Driving right into the paint. Dumps it low. Bemba. Queen is there and blocked the shot. Picked up off the deck by Gillespie. Racing down the right side. Stops. Finds Rice in the paint. Floats it up and in. And we're tied. 64 apiece with 3:43 to go.
Nick Clifford made an excellent pass to Bemba, but Derek Queen blocked it from behind.
Evans will hand it off to Clifford. Clifford makes the one-handed pass to Morton. Up top it goes to Bemba. Back high right side to Morton. Up to Bemba above the right elbow. Shovel it off Clifford. Dribbling on the left. He'll rise for a 17-footer above the elbow. Back in the rim. No. And Queen is there for the Maryland rebound. Terps with a chance to take the lead. 3:15 to go. 64 apiece. Here's Gillespie into the front court. Gillespie watched by Clifford out front. Dribbles left. Gets into the paint. Bouncing low. Reese. Left block. Fouled by Bemba going up. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Gillespie did a smart thing. Instead of going off the pick, which they've been jumping him every time, he refused it and went the other way. His penetration got Juju Reese open.
Timeout on the floor with 3:04 remaining in Seattle. Colorado State and Maryland tied at 64. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Without maintenance teams behind the scenes, everything stops. Even the game. Lights, broadcast equipment, cooling. You ensure the assets that matter most work. MaintainX was built for professionals like you. A modern maintenance app that helps manage work orders, schedule maintenance, and track inventory. So keep the madness on the court, not in your operations. Try MaintainX free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain in the letter x.com/MVP.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
College Sports Radio is your home for the NCAA tournament.
For the win, it's good!
Hear reaction all day long on SiriusXM Channel 84 and the SiriusXM app.
Back in Seattle with 3:04 remaining. We're tied at 64 between Maryland and Colorado State. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo at our Grainger broadcast position. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business move forward when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. Now, this is going to be a heck of a finish in what has been a heck of a game. Colorado State has led almost the entire way. But Maryland, down 7 at halftime, has come back to tie the game and now a chance to take the lead with Julian Reese at the free throw line.
Well, it was their bigs, Reese and Queen, that showed the way in the first half for Maryland. It's been the guards in the second half. Reese and Queen each have only 3 points second half.
Reese at the foul line for 2, and he rolls the first one in. 2 for 2 at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, make it 4 for Juju right now with the 5th one in his hand.
Colorado State with 9 team fouls, so Maryland is shooting 2 the rest of the way. Second free throw on the way is good. So Reese makes both. He's got 11, 66-64 Maryland. 3 minutes to go here in Seattle. 7-0 Terps run to give them a 2-point lead. Here's Evans out front. Jumps a pass to Bemba above the right elbow. Bemba dribbles over on the left side. Bounce to the Clifford back door. Cuts down the left side. Gets inside. Fakes. Steadies. Puts it up. Miguel blocked the shot. Reese grabs it out of the air for Maryland.
They had Neat Clifford pinned behind the backboard. He probably should have kicked it out.
Gillespie into the front court. Gillespie with a dribble over high on the right side. Reese sets a screen. Gillespie around to the right. Bounce it back to Reese in the lane. 10-foot jumper. Good for 2. 13 for Julian Reese. 68-64. This is Maryland's largest lead of the game right now.
7th assist for Jacoby Gillespie.
Evans with it between the circles. Dribbles on the left. Got an open look at a 3. He'll launch off the right side of the rim. No good. Rebound tipped, and it's taken by Rodney Rice for Maryland. 2:10 to go.
Don't forget that team foul disparity. Double bonus for Maryland. Only 4 fouls committed by Maryland.
Rice holds the dribble out front, melting some clock away. Rice dribbling right on Lake, turns the corner, floats it up right in the lane, rims it out, no good. Rebound loose inside. Lake grabs it for CSU. Handed off Evans, 1:47 to go. Rams with the ball, down by 4.
Ton of time left, but that was a mini dagger right there.
Handed off to Nick Clifford out near midcourt. Clifford dribbling left. Clifford leans in, gets contact. Fouled by Reese. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Well, a good job by Nick Clifford, Coach. Made sure he got that contact to get himself to the line.
Absolutely. I don't even know that he was trying to make the basket. He just left the ground, went right into the defender, and the officials no choice but to call a play. Good, smart play by Nick Clifford.
Clifford to the free throw line, 5 of 6 tonight. Needs both of these. First one is on the way. It is good. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA experience. Official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. Second free throw for Clifford is good. So 21 points for Nick Clifford. He has pulled Colorado State within 2, and Nico Medved will take a timeout.
Obviously wants to set his defense. I'll tell you who's come alive the last couple of possessions. Juju Reese, when they really needed him, did a really good job, but it was Gillespie's assist that set it up. It's going to come down to offensive execution and half-court defense right now, because both these coaches are going to their bread and butter plays right now. It's been the three-point shot that has enabled Maryland to come from behind here in the second half. Colorado State continues to limit them to only one shot. An offensive rebound in the last minute and a half goes a long way towards securing a win.
Juju Reese with 13 points and 10 rebounds, 15th double-double of the season. Remember early in the game on Friday when Maryland was struggling to settle in, it was Reese that kind of got them calmed down. And now, as you said, he's the guy that's made a couple of big buckets for him here down the stretch in the second half.
And that double-double ties him with his front court mate, Derek Queen. They both have 15 double-doubles. Top 15, both of them, in the NCAA in double-doubles.
Told you that Maryland averages 70 points per game from their starters. 66 of the 68 tonight have come from the starters.
That was after a 30-point first half for the Terps.
Maryland ball out of the timeout. Here's Gillespie into the front court. 1:27 to go. Maryland on top by 2. Gillespie dribbles into the paint, floats it up with the right hand, missed it short. Bemba is there and wrestles down the rebound. How about the heart of Rashawn Bemba?
Right in front of the restricted line. Jacoby Gillespie would love to have that shot back.
Evans into the front court. Bemba runs up to set a screen. Evans dribbles off to the left. Evans spins. Can't lose Shelton Miguel. 10 to shoot. Inside a minute to go. Lake will come out and get it. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Bemba. Shovel it back. Lake. Left elbow jumper for the tie. Is good. Knotted at 68 with 51 seconds to go.
2 for 1 if they want it. Kevin Willard's going to get a timeout.
Gillespie will take time with 45.7 seconds to go, and the fans are on their feet here in Seattle.
Really good discipline by Colorado State. We've been saying that the entire game. They wanted to get the ball to Nick Clifford. Really good defense denying him. They didn't panic. They went to the other side, and Julian Lake just one dribble left, pull up, jump shot. Tell you what, Gillespie got a really good look. The last shot, last possession for Maryland, just kind of short on the little floater from about 4 feet in front of the basket. Do you go for a 2 for 1 now? NBA guys play 2 for 1 all the time. You don't see it as much in college, particularly at the end of a game. Right now, if they 45.7, game clock, 21 on the shot clock. If Maryland wants to get a shot up in the first 10 seconds, they will get the ball back for the final possession.
If possible, if you're Maryland, you want to get the ball inside?
Absolutely, but they have really had trouble getting the ball inside in the second half, especially quickly. I don't know how they can get it in the paint quickly.
Everybody is standing here in Seattle. 45.7 seconds to go. Tie game. Winner goes to the Sweet 16. Inbound to Jacoby Gillespie. Dribbles right. Hooks it back to Reese. Top of the key. Works to his left. Give it to Rice. Dribbles to the free throw line. Stops there. Didn't take the shot. Back out to Gillespie. The 2-for-1 is dead. Gillespie dribbles over on the right. Weaves left. Down the lane. Jump stop on the block. Double team. Throws a pass out front. Tipped by Clifford. Miguel's got it. 3 to shoot. Dribbles right. Pump fake. Launches a 3. Front of the rim. No! Reese the offensive rebound and a foul. The foul is going to be against Colorado State. And Reese will go to the line to shoot 2 with 20.1 seconds left.
That booing you're hearing in the background, it appeared that foul could go either way. An over-the-top rebound foul. Oh, he's holding him. Good call. Bemba was holding him. Bemba was holding him with his left hand.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely the right call.
Yeah, Mike Greenstein on the call. I think it's a very good call. Refs are going to look at it, and they'll be looking at whether the foul call was correct.
And they're taking a look.
Maybe a hook and hold.
Yeah, it could be a hook and hold situation.
Boy, you hope it's not that.
Based on what we saw, PJ, on our monitor here, I don't think this is a hook and hold. He definitely held him, but I don't think there was the hook and the pull.
I agree. He was holding him with 2 hands. I think it's going to be 2 shots for Juju Reese. 20.1 seconds to go. And again, unless they put any more time on the clock. Really good defensive possession by Colorado State. I do think Maryland was looking to shoot it. They couldn't get a good shot. And then they were fortunate. There was, when Gillespie penetrated, he ended up throwing a grenade.
The game will be reset to 22.4.
So they're putting a little bit on the clock. They'll go from 20.1 to 22.4.
With Gillespie on his penetration, they swallowed him up. He couldn't get a shot off. He threw a pass out near half court. Selton Miguel did well to catch it and force a shot up with the shot clock on his back. But Juju Reese with an enormous rebound. Juju's come up big for Maryland in the last 90 seconds.
Yeah, he has made some big-time plays, and now we'll go to the free throw line. He is 3 for 3 tonight.
73% shooter. Good, not great.
First one on the way is good. 14 for Julian Reese. One more free throw coming. 22.4 seconds left. Morton will sit. Crocker Johnson back in for Colorado State. Rams do have 2 timeouts.
And Maryland has a foul to give if they choose to, partner.
Second free throw for Reese is good. The Colorado State lead is at 2, 70-68. Inbound to Evans. Evans will dribble into the front court. Nico Medved's going to let him play. 17 seconds to go. Rams down by 2. Evans dribbles up to the top of the key. Stops there, double teamed, and now a timeout taken by Nico Medved. Nothing going for Colorado State. He'll use the timeout. 11.4 seconds left. Rams have 1 timeout remaining. They trail by 2.
Maryland, again, to repeat myself, has a foul to give. They've only committed 5 team fouls. So if they choose, they have the foul. That was interesting. Nico Medved had a chance to talk to his team while the review was going on. So he told them what he wanted. Didn't like the way it was developing. I'll tell you what, when he called the timeout, Evans was behind the top of the key with a screener. I thought he might end up taking a 3. Nico said, let's get organized.
Quick timeout with 11.4 to go. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why...
Hey, thanks for joining us.
To the rim.
We really
All right,
appreciate
we'll see what Nico Medved does here.
The game clock has been reset to 12.0. It's Colorado State ball on the sideline.
Roger Ayers with the announcement. They put 7/10 back on the clock. 12 seconds to go. Jalen Crocker Johnson will inbound. Winner goes to San Francisco to take on Florida in the Sweet 16.
Hey, they're showing zone. There we go. Now they're matched up against Nick Clifford.
Crocker Johnson to Clifford down in the left corner. Backing in against Miguel. Whips it past the Lake. 3 from the right for the lead. It's good! 6.1 to go. Rams up 1. Miguel up the right side. Miguel will take a timeout. 3.6 on the clock. Officials will take a look. They may add more time. But Jalen Lake rainbows in a 3 and puts the Rams up by 1.
Jalen Lake with 2 enormous baskets in the last 2 minutes for Colorado State. Nick Clifford had the ball on the left baseline. He started to drive, didn't have anywhere really to go. He skipped it across to the right wing, and Lake delivered again. Clifford tried to penetrate, not open, skip pass, and you talk about a high arching shot. I'm surprised Maryland didn't get a quick timeout. They could have got a timeout full court with 6.1 on the clock. They waited till it came across half court.
Yeah, I think they're going to put at least a little bit back on the clock. The officials are looking now. How about for Nick Clifford? 21 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. The unselfish play to hit Jalen Lake, who rainbows in a 3. Now, Maryland out of timeouts. That is significant. They need to get the ball inbounds. Secondly, if you're Kevin Willard here, where are you looking to go with this ball? How are you looking to get the lead back or try to win it?
Got to go to a guard, and he's got to be able to get some penetration. Unless you can make a pass directly from out of bounds to Queen or Reese near the basket, I think you got to go to Gillespie or Rice on the perimeter. Give that 3.6 is enough time. Square up, make a dribble move, make a jump shot. How about Julian Lake? A basket to tie the game with 54 seconds to go, and then 1 to take the lead with 6 seconds to go.
Prior to that 3 from Lake, Colorado State had been 1 of 11 from 3 in the second half, 4 for 20 in the game. He confidently knocks it down to give the Rams the lead.
They did not foul Clifford when he put the ball on the floor. They played it straight up. They did a good job defending Clifford. He unselfishly skipped it across the court. Julian Lake delivered 5 big points in the last minute for Julian Lake.
The game clock will be reset to 3.7.
Well, they only put a 1/10 of a second back on the clock. So 3.7, Maryland will inbound in the front court.
Queen is on the right box. They're inbounding the ball from the right hash mark. If they throw a lob into him, he's being defended by Morton. I think they're going to inbound to Rice.
Gillespie looking to throw it in. Gets it up top to Queen. Dribbling left. Big step down the lane. Runner for the win. Banked it in! He banked it in! He banked it in! And Maryland has won! Maryland is going to the Sweet 16. Derek Queen with a runner left of the lane. Banked it in. And for the first time since 2016, the Maryland Terrapins are going to the Sweet 16. The officials are going to look to see if there should be 1/10 of a second on the clock. What a play by Queen. Down the left side of the lane, banked it in. And Maryland with a 72-71 lead.
The basket counts. The game is over.
And the game is over. It's a game winner for Queen, and Maryland will go to San Francisco. They will take on Florida in the Sweet 16, a 72-71 win.
Forget about putting the ball in the guard's hand because he can put it on the floor. The big who loves to dribble the ball. Derek Queen got the ball top of the key, went down the left side, and against great pressure by Ethan Morton, shot the ball with his right hand across his body, banked it in as zeros lit up the clock.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it was kind of a tough game for Derek Queen. We talked about, got into it with the official, Roger Ayers, a couple of different times. Just seemed like maybe it had gotten in his head. The frustration was showing. But at the end of it, it was his talent that showed out. What a play by the talented freshman from Baltimore to win the game and send the Maryland Terrapins to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2016. Unbelievable. Maryland wins. What a game. 72-71 is the final score. We are going to talk with a member of the Maryland Terrapins. And We'll see who it's going to be. We got a couple of Terps that are over here. And it's going to be Jacoby Gillespie that is going to put on the headset and will join us courtside. Jacoby, congratulations. That was an amazing game to watch.
Yes, sir.
What was it like to be out there and be a part of it?
I mean, it's crazy. Like, everybody says it's March, but it actually feels like that on the court, too. It's March. Anything can happen. And we've been on the other side of that 4 times this year. Yes, you have. You know what that feels like. Tell me about Derek Queen. Kind of an up-and-down game for the young freshman, but a huge play at the end. Yeah, I mean, just the type of player he is. I mean, at halftime we was all telling Derek, like, he got to step it up defensively, like he's not playing hard enough. And he came out here in the second half and did that, won us the game.
I'll tell you what, Jacoby Gillespie, don't sell yourself short. I don't know if you go to Las Vegas, 7 come 11, 7 assists, 11 points, 4 steals. You set the tone for this game early. Your defense and your passing has been so important. What was the play? Was that it? Screen down, get it to Derek, coming up top on that last inbounds situation? Yeah, I mean, when you got a player like Derek, you want to get him the ball when the game's on the line. So we trusted him, and that was the play. Just juice screen down and get Derek open. Your last defensive possession when Lake made that 3, did you guys talk at all about taking a foul on Clifford, or were you just going to play it straight up? Yeah, we were supposed to take a foul, actually. It's funny you say that, but I guess our player didn't do it. But yeah, we were supposed to take a foul. Well, guess what? We'll see you in San Francisco. Yes, sir.
Jacoby, congratulations. Heck of a job. The Maryland Terrapins going to the Sweet 16. They will take on the Florida Gators. This was a heck of a game, PJ. A heck of a game between Maryland and Colorado State. This is one of those games you so hate for either team to have to lose this game. You always want, particularly an NCAA game, when you start getting into the round of 32 and the round of 16, you want it to end on a make, on a good play, not on an official's call, not on somebody missing a free throw or somebody missing a shot. The last 2 possessions, Lake makes a bomb 3 for Colorado State to put them ahead with 6 seconds to go. And Derek Queen, with 3.6 seconds, makes a tough layup going to his left, shooting the ball back with his right. What a great, great ending. What a sad, sad ending for Colorado State, who couldn't play much better than they played today. Would have been better if they had shot the 3, because in the second half, the 3-point shooting was the difference. Nico Medved's team has nothing to hang their heads about. They will be disappointed, no doubt, but they have nothing to hang their heads about. They will finish their season at 26-10. Maryland, meanwhile, at 27-8. They are on to the Sweet 16. Maryland trailed by 7 at halftime. The last time a Maryland team came from 7 or more down in the tournament to win, 1983. They trailed by 12 and came back to win against Chattanooga. Final score, Maryland 72, Colorado State 71. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
The tournament is here. March Madness is here. The craziness is here. Don't forget, hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more basketball fans here in the chat, hanging out with us, cheering on your favorite team.
Blake steals it and lays it in. Clayton a good look. Hit 6.
Check out our new website, www.torontosportsinsider.com, and check out the link that is in the description as well as in the chat that shows where all of the live viewers are watching from. Are you an insider yet? Have you hit that subscribe button? I bet you have now. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for checking out our Bracket Mania campaign. A lot more coming up soon.
Put it down. They're going to compete. Gators just haven't been able to do so. Bernard Thompson with a three.
This is on play. What a great scene this is.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us.
We talked at halftime how the Maryland guards weren't doing enough. It was all Juju Reese and Derek Queen in the first half. So Selton Miguel, Jacoby Gillespie, and Rodney Rice stepped up big in the second half. That was a big part of the 6 for 13. They shot for 3. Meantime, Colorado State 2 for 12, and don't forget they made the last one. So they were sitting on 1 for 11 when Julian Lake dropped that bomb.
Time now to select the player of the game, sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better, are member-only doorbuster deals. Shop these limited-time savings before they're gone. Lowe's, they help. You save. Player of the game?
I want to go for Derek Queen. He made the last shot. He had a couple of big blocks late in the game, but I'm going with Julian Reese because he had the double-double, 5 for 7 from the field, 5 for 5, and all those free throws were big down the stretch by Juju Reese. He had 11 boards, 2 of them offensive. He also had an assist and a steal in a close vote. I'm going with Juju Reese, who also got his 1,000th rebound as a Maryland Terp tonight.
Joins Len Elmore, the only 2 Maryland players with 1,000 rebounds. A number of big plays from Julian Reese in this one. Let's check the road to the Final Four tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. So we know what our bracket is going to look like in San Francisco. We're going to see Maryland take on Florida, Arkansas, Texas Tech on the other side. Tell you what, you got to look forward to that Maryland-Florida game. Florida was impressive today, knocking out the national champs, and Maryland took everything Colorado had and found a way to win.
Yeah, much congratulations, though, finally. Colorado State, 12 seed. They're the only one left even remotely near a 12 seed. And I'll tell you what, it took a last literally 0.1 second as the ball went through the net to put them out. Fantastic performance by them, but Maryland weathered the storm. Didn't look good for them in the first half. There were times Colorado State responded in the second. He said, Maryland's doesn't have enough to get this done. Yes, they did.
Heck of a game. Maryland on to the Sweet 16. Colorado State will finish their season at 26-10. 72-71 Maryland, the final score. One more coming up here tonight from Seattle, Oregon, and Arizona in about 20 minutes. Time now to rejoin our Straight Talk Wireless studios in Los Angeles. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Let's send it back to Los Angeles now.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. Brad Heller in our Westwood One studios, and you guys had 4 pretty uncompetitive, non-competitive games on Friday, so this buzzer beater certainly makes up for it. Maryland surviving and advancing to the Sweet 16, getting by Colorado State. The Terps were down by as much as